Remember your first contact with D&D?
How was I supposed to know it was going to take 10 hours?
Remember how hard it was to understand how magic works for the different classes? Remember how much time it took you to choose your spells? That's going to be a challenge for newbies just like it was for us. Here's what I do to make it as simple as possible. Magic works differently for 3 groups of classes. The wizards are animal of their own. Other arcane spellcasters work differently, and the divine spellcasters work in a 3rd different way. I always start my explanations from arcane magic, including sorcerers, warlocks, bards, rangers from 2nd level onwards, and the rogue and fighter subclasses. That's the easiest to explain because the number of spells known and spell slots are simply determined by character level. Then we can move on to divine magic, including clerics, druids, and paladins from 2nd level onwards. Those classes know all spells from their level, but they have the spells prepared, and those spells prepared are determined by their ability modifier plus character level. The spell slots are determined only by the character level, just like arcane magic. And then finally we can move on to explain the wizard magic. Now, the spells known for the wizard are determined by the spellbook, and that's a great opportunity to explain what a spellbook is and how it works. The spells prepared works just like the divine spellcasters. It's the intelligence modifier plus the character level. And finally, you have the number of spell slots that are determined by the character level, just like all other classes. Choosing spells has always been a major headache for me, until that I finally got the idea to group spells according to their functionality. And I work with 4 groups. See if those groups make sense for you. The first one is offensive spells. They are basically the spells that cause direct or indirect damage. Yes, indirect damage, I mean smite. Second group, defensive spells. They involve either a buff for our party or a debuff for our enemy NPCs. The third group is healing spells. That's self-explanatory. The last group are utility spells that are basically those used either in exploration or social encounters. And within those groups you can really place every spell of the player handbook and all other source books. It makes much easier to make the choices considering those categories because an individual character can try to fill those different groups or the one groups that he prefers to incline toward, and don't waste time picking a spell for a group that they have already picked another spell. It also helps to have the party cover all those groups with different spells. That will give them extra flexibility that will help them a lot during gameplay. So that's the Deep Dice FAQ, followers asking questions. What do you think of my approach for spells and magic? Is that helpful for you? Would you explain magic or choose spells with a different approach? Do you have one of your own that works? Share with us in the comments. Cheers.